Jeopardy players, listen closely. Famous names that I know: Alexander the Great. I know Fixer Gerald, Fritzer Gerald. I know there's a Gambino. Not sure what his first name is, but it's Gambino. And I know, let's see.
Play Love Me Do.
Just a second. And there's, that's my buddy Danny over there. And I also know, who else? Joseph. Joseph Gambino is his name, if I'm not mistaken. You want to go with Paint with All the Colors of the Wind, which is who's that painter? Beethoven actually did some painting. So I'm not sure if that's him, but I remember painting The Colors of the Wind, and that was by something about a mime. He did a painting about that, and that was also his name. Mime was in his name. So his name was something Schmidt. It was not Jack Schmidt, that was a car. His name was John Schmidt, is a famous, maybe have nothing to do with the painting, but John Schmidt is also a famous name. Then you have the presser that presses the newspapers. What I mean by that is has to do with what does the compressor have to do with? Printing papers, and so far as printing papers, newspapers besides the Journal and stuff like that would be not the New York Times. What are famous newspapers? Colored news.
New York Gazette.
Color news. So you want to go with the World, the Digest, Readers. Okay, Readers Digest, and you want to go with Home and Garden is another one. You want to go with, besides Home and Garden, something in the funnies. And a person who did the funnies. Oh, you want to go with the funnies. Comic books, Marvel, Captain Marvel, and you want to go with Prima Plymouth. Plymouth is also a famous name. It's a Plymouth, somebody Plymouth. You want to go with you want to go with Johnson & Johnson copied their name from Schmidt and Schmidt. Smith and Smith. Johnson & Johnson copied the name. It was originally Smith and Smith. Paul is a famous person. His last name was Bunyan. Hancock, something about Hancock, and remember it, being equal-handed, hand and eye coordination. So when you're equal-handed, you're equally, it's equal penmanship, equal IQ, equal intelligence, equal something, equilibrium. You want to go with the equilibrium, not equator. Equator, also known as equilibrium, and which has something to do with sound. When you see sound in the air, and you want to go with besides Paul. Let's see. Roosevelt. Everybody knows there were two Roosevelts. Roosevelt and Roosevelt. His wife was Elizabeth, and she was also his cousin. Famous for creating national parks. And the thesis of a conclusion is an ending. So far as the ending, you want to go to screenplays. It's the outroduction. Good luck.